This weekend, Japan's plan to release radioactive wastewater into the Pacific Ocean sparked protest in South Korea. It's from the damaged Fukushima nuclear plant, the site of the second worst nuclear disaster in history. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer visited the area.
The tsunami that swept ashore in 2011 caused one of the worst nuclear accidents in history, a meltdown of the Fukushima reactors. More than a decade later, engineers are still working to remove radioactive debris. And meanwhile, another problem is piling up in these tanks. Experts for TEPCO, the company in charge, explained they've collected so much radioactive water from rain and runoff over the years, they kept having to add tanks to contain it.
Now, 12 years in, these tanks are almost full of water. More than 1 million tons of it. And TEPCO says the only solution is to start getting rid of it.
By piping it into the sea next to the plant. For Haruo Ono, who's been fishing this ocean all his life, that is an outrage. It's not a garbage dump, he tells me. They say it's safe, but the consequences could be 50 years down the road. There will be no consequences, says TEPCO, because its technology removes all radioactive compounds from the water except one, tritium, which stays in but is diluted to meet international standards. So even when the water is piped back into the sea, TEPCO says fish from Fukushima will be safe to eat. And it's raising some inside the nuclear plant to prove it.
In this lab are fish, flounder, that are living in water with the same level of radiation as the water that is going to be released back into the sea.
The tritium certainly hasn't affected their appetites.
Ooh, these are lively.
And tests show that back in normal seawater, they flush it out of their systems. The International Atomic Energy Agency broadly backs the tritium-laced water release, but will consumers actually eat the fish? Unlikely, says Haruo Ono, who is now looking at the end of his livelihood. The human cost of the Fukushima meltdown will weigh on Japan for decades to come, and so will the dollar cost of the cleanup, nearly $90 billion so far and counting. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Fukushima.